right. You mean so basically they take 30%? Oh my God. All right, never mind. I'm holding. Jesus. Crazy. All right, hello everybody. Let's get a few more people in here. Where do I get all the energy? Jesus, man. I'll tell you where I get it. In knowing that in about 45 minutes my head's going to be on that pillow. And I'm going to sleep. Oh man. Thank you for acknowledging that, Michael. Shit. I was really glad to be able to help you today. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, how I could have shortened that. You needed to know all that. So, next lesson too, there'll be more. Where that came from. Safe Moon, going to the moon. It sure is. And I can't fucking sell because I don't have any smart chain BNB right now. So I'm stuck in Safe Moon diamond handing up like 700%. Oh my God. I would just want to sell some. I want to get my cost basis back. Hey, if there's anyone out there who has any smart chain BNB, who's a friend of mine, someone in our group or something, and you can send it to me, I need just like $1. I just need like $1 of smart chain BNB. I can't get it right now. And send me a private message. And then after this thing, like a Venmo you. Maybe you send me $20 of smart chain BNB and I'll Venmo you, 25 or something. I don't know. Elliot seems to be unable to help me there. Please give me $1, please, sir. Oh, you're talking about yeah. Please give me $1, please, sir. Please, just $1, sir. I promise I do a very good job. Oh boy. Why do you need smart chain? In order to sell some of my Safe Moon, I have no BNB smart chain to pay for the transaction. I just need 11 cents to sell some of my Safe Moon. I'm stuck going to the moon right now. Yeah, that's right, Elliot. I saw that. That's funny. I'm not even going to repeat that one because it's, yeah. Bitmart. I'm going to give that a try. I will, Raj. Raj, if you want to help me out, I've seen you before. You'd be cool to help me out. Raj, just send me a private message though, and then after tonight's lesson, we'll talk about it, and I'll give you the address for the wallet, and I'll send you the Venmo. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I only need to sell like 1/8 of my position because I want to keep the rest riding for free forever. But I just want to get my cost basis back and put it into a couple other cool altcoins. Damn, that Safe Moon took off. Fuck. Wow, did that take off? Oh my God, is it really? Yeah. I mean, I definitely know there's potentially a lot more in store for how high it can go. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. All right, today's market was very, very interesting. It was something that I have been looking for a while. So this is SPY, the S&P 500. And on Friday, as we know, the market went up again. It had gone up every day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 days in a row. This red day right here, you can kind of not even count it because it was exactly the same as the previous day. In other words, the price didn't really go lower, didn't really go higher. It was kind of an inside day. It could have been up or down, didn't matter. So in my opinion, that was a historic run. That was the biggest run on SPY green days in a row in history. And when you don't count this red day, it was the biggest run in 50, what was it, 51 years, I think it was, in 51 years. So yeah, no, if you do include it though, that was it. That was history. You just felt a historic run on the market. And what I think is interesting is it didn't really feel like much of a run, right? I mean, Tesla was going down, Apple going sideways, everything very mixed up. So it was a very healthy rotation, is what they would call that. You had some things that just needed to sell off, and you had other things that were ready to run. And in general, even though the market went all the way up like that, you saw sectors and stocks getting beaten down plenty. So in any way, now finally we hit the first time in which price fell below the low of a previous day's candle. And also a very interesting to note was the previous day's candle, which was Friday, was a doji. So you might say, oh God, he's talking about Japanese candlestick doji. He's talking doji talk again. What is this? Now, a doji candle stick has meaning. All these candlesticks, they do have meaning, and they just happen to have a name to them. If you prefer, I'll call it an indecision candle. So at the very top here of this run, the 16 days of run, it seems to have ended with an indecision candle. But that's what a doji candle is it opens, it goes up or down, and it goes up, and it comes back down to close exactly where it opened. So that's an indecision. It basically tried to make progress on that day, couldn't make an inch of progress either way. And of a special interest is when that happens at the end of a run, that's a signal that it is the end of the run, that it's the top. So Friday was probably the top of the market, the top of this run. And when you combine all three of these candlesticks, this particular doji, when you combine all three, it's a candlestick pattern, is called an evening star. It's when the previous day to the doji, you had up movement in the market or in the stock or the security, and then you had that indecision day that was up higher. It was up higher. It was kind of like gapped up, which is exactly what we have. Then it gaps down, and then you have that red day that goes down, and that's it. It's like making a U-turn at the end of a cul-de-sac. So, I have been telling my group to get puts along the last 6 days, last 5 days, get puts, and it's been just really tough holding on to them because they were down like 43%. At the max there, and maybe depending on which strike you got, you could have even suffered worse. But this was a historic run, so it had to come to an end at a certain point. Stocks don't only just go up, they do come down too. They have to come down. But it got to the point where we needed to come up with a new strategy, and the strategy was for today, if the market went up any higher than Friday's high, which it could have been any of these days, really, we could have had this strategy. If it went up any higher than the previous day, to cut your puts. But if the market goes below the low of the previous day, to add puts, because that was definitely negative. When price goes below a previous day's progress, it's erased the previous day's progress. It made it irrelevant, and that's very frustrating to the people who got in on those days because they're going to be experiencing those losses, and they have to sell in order to preserve the capital, which causes the prices to go down more, and it creates a feedback loop. And so today we went down and bounced off the bottom of even the previous day's low, which I don't know if I can zoom up any further here. Will it let me? No, that's maximum zoom, which was at 413.80 approximately, and it bounced right off of there twice today, and then closed about midway. So we'll see tomorrow if it's going to try and test that bottom one more time, and if it were to break down below that previous candle's low, 413.80, we can add more puts. Most of us are still holding SPY puts as it is right now, but we're really looking for those kinds of breakdowns. And that's exactly the kind of breakdown that will cause the market to then pull back to the bottom end of the channel, as that you can see here. And how low it can go is an important question to think about here. Let's take off that and this channel here and just look at it from a support and resistance perspective. So let me grab the annotation tools here. So the first level of support is right here at 398. That's the top, the double top of the last rally, which becomes support. And then the next one down from there is a congestion zone and previous rally top high of 394. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, basically 11 days worth of price baked into this level, 394. So that's going to be a huge support coming down, if it even is goes any lower than this 398 support right here. However, if you look at this from a channel perspective, and you were to draw a channel along the bottom side here, you could see that at the rate that it might pull back, it might not even get to that support of 398. You know, it might come over to here to, well, it seems like the last pullbacks have been about at this angle. It really does seem like it's going to coincide exactly with 398. But you could see it pull back to like 402 and then reverse back up. So don't expect to get all the way to the bottom of the channel. After we're midway through this move, like 50% through, we'll start chucking our contracts and start taking profits day by day as it progresses down. Another thing that could happen is that halfway through or midway through, it then reverses and goes back up on its merry way again. So we'll have to be prepared for that. That's a possibility. That would be like a runaway market. It didn't really get to catch all of its full breath. Anyway, so tomorrow we're hoping for the market to drop below yesterday's candle, which would trigger a bigger sell-off. Let's see if I can get that channel back on. Cool. Which will trigger a bigger sell-off. And one of these days, possibly once it breaks 410 level, yeah, that looks like it. One of those days when it breaks 410, it's going to create just a massive panic on the market, and you'll probably get a really big red candle like this one over here. See how big that is? That's from 391 to 380. That's almost an 11-point drop. So I don't think we'll get one quite that big, but we'll see. We'll see. Rommel asks, so it will go down a lot? It will not go down a lot. No, it's not going to crash like people are trying to tell you. That I don't believe will happen. And if it does, it's going to be something more along the lines of what happened in March. Like, this is what a crash looks like. Like, let's just go over the difference between a crash and just healthy movement, okay? This is a crash, a giant gap down of 14 points just to the open. Like, they didn't even get to start trading yet. 14-point drop. Next day, 323 to 311, 12-point drop. I mean, you're going to need to see like multiple days in a row with huge drops like that. That will be the signal. If you ever see that, that will be the signal to convert to cash. Just convert everything you have to cash. Okay, trust me on that one. But that's not going to happen. Even back here, that didn't happen. You had the 11-point drop, and the next day, it only went like 2 more points lower, and then it went back up. So very soft, and it wasn't on high volume, and there was no event. Like, you know, the reason why the other market crashed was because of the pandemic. There's no event, you know, you're going to need a major event. You're not going to, if the market doesn't just crash, you're going to hear something on the news, you know, it's going to be like at least 3 days long minimum that you're hearing it. You know, it's not going to be this like one day, oh my God, it's like in 1 minute, I'm going to look, and then when I look back, I'm going to have lost, 50% of my money. That's not what happens in a market crash. It does take days and weeks to find the bottom, and the bottom's usually, 25%, 35% down. It's not all your money. It's some. But if you're worried about a crash, by the way, you can buy deep out of the, no, not deep, but way out of the money SPY puts as protection. They're cheap, and you can just have them on whenever you're really, really worried. But why be worried at the top of a rally? Like, it's obviously gonna come down and correct at the top of a rally. When you have to worry is when it breaks a previous pivot low. My traders in the group, they know the importance of these pivots. This pivot point here at 384 on SPY, if that breaks, that's suspicious, you know. And then if it breaks this other pivot low, 370, I mean, breaking these pivot lows shouldn't happen. So that's when you got to worry. But now you don't need to worry. I mean, it can go down from here, 415 today, all the way down to 385 and still technically be in trend. And that's 30 points. And it would feel like a crash, but it wouldn't be. You'd still be in trend. All right. And then looking at the VIX, take a quick look over there. So, yeah, today was the first moment of rising fear on the markets. And so we went from a 16 VIX to a 17 and 18 VIX. And that's really not even that big of a deal. Very minor. So you really don't have to worry until VIX starts getting up above 20. That's when we're leaving that Goldilocks zone. And then, of course, once it hits 25, you want to start to consider liquidating most of your positions. And up above 30, you absolutely need to be completely in cash and probably taking no overnights. Absolutely taking no overnights whenever the VIX is over 30. All right. So what would you guys like to look at? Thank you, Naz. Thank you so much, man. I like that. Very nice compliment every now and then. Somebody says something like that. I appreciate that. Disney. All right. So Disney's been topping for a while, making progress, but pretty much topping. This is a bit of a triple top here, a head and shoulders type of pattern. Pretty straightforward and clear. And usually when that happens, this fail is what's important. If this was an uptrend, it would have went like this. If the stock was in an uptrend, it would have went like that. And it didn't. So therefore, it's not in an uptrend. So by the logic of process of deduction, we know it's not in an uptrend. Okay, so if it's not in an uptrend, then what is it in? Is it in a downtrend? It hasn't gone down here. If it was in a downtrend, it would be making lower lows, right? Down this way. Like that. Hasn't done that yet. Well, there's still some time coming. It could, right? So at the very least, what you can say right now is that it's made a lower high, and it has made a low that it is very close to testing again. Now, all it takes for it to become in a downtrend is for it to break that previous low. Once it does that, Disney's in a downtrend. And when it does that, it usually goes through a retracement. So, for instance, it may do this kind of a pattern again, but just backwards. So like this. And you could potentially get that kind of symmetry. But, maybe by July, that's the end of July that we're getting to right there in that drawing. Maybe by July, things will have changed for Disney. So we'll have a different tune and a different price direction and sentiment. Right now, the sentiment is nobody wants to go back up to the top. They don't even want to go halfway back up to the top. Probably they want to get Disney for cheaper. They're not interested in these prices. Somebody wants me to check Bitcoin. All right, so as I've been telling you, we're at the bottom end of the range where you want to be buying Bitcoin, right here. Top end of the range, you want to be selling. So bottom end, if you can't read that screen, is like 56,000 down to this recent pivot low of 51,000. That whole area is free game for buying. It will still be in an uptrend no matter how low in there it goes. Anywhere between 56,000 and like 50,000 roughly. You want to be accumulating, adding more. You want to be buying right now. If you're already holding some Bitcoin, awesome, keep holding. If you have more money, buy more. That's basically where it's at right now. And then when it gets up to the top end of the range, next target will be something like 68,000 on the next wave. Take some off. Take off 20%. Take off 50%. And then save that cash. And when it comes back down to the bottom end of the range, take that cash and buy some more again at the bottom. All the while, you're still holding some. Trading doesn't have to be all or nothing. It can be about rotating through a position. There's a lot of different people want to take Safe Moon is the one, says somebody. Boy, everybody's all over Safe Moon now. Jesus, I guess I should probably just keep holding. The obscure little cat is out of the bag. Somebody actually wants to take a look at GME. There's nothing to see there, guys. What was the other one? VFF? Village Farms International. It's in a downtrend. It's broken recent pivot highs. It's got a head and shoulders pattern. Is bad. Not doing good. CCIV. This is the luxury electric vehicle, I believe, right? Is that correct? In any event, it's in quite the downtrend. It's like multi-point confirmed downtrend. You should not really be interested in it for upside. It keeps breaking pivot. It's just going lower and lower. But maybe that's what you're interested in it for. Can you short it? Well, Jesus, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are making a fortune off of that right now, shorting it. Yeah, you lost a lot on CCIV. Well, yep, CCIV pretty much sucks right now. I don't know why. Maybe because it's a luxury EV, and like, how many of those are you going to sell per year, and et cetera, et cetera. Humble looks like shit. Next one. Sorry if that's my professional analysis. Doge. Looks like it's in an uptrend. Looks very, very good. Gamble. Yeah, let's take a look at Gamble. Oh boy. Yeah, no, that's just cliff wall. I gotta learn how to sell, guys. Okay? That's rear view mirror stuff, like long time ago. Like no progression of the trend is no good. Trends look like this. Let's go over that again so everyone who's watching learns how to make money. This is what a trend looks like. Higher highs, higher lows. Goes up and up and up and up and up. Okay? Here we have the high, and then a higher low. Ooh, it's exciting. Ooh, it's starting to form an uptrend. A higher high. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. And then actually a lower low. That's not good. And then a lower high. Whoa, that's not an uptrend at all. In fact, that's starting to become a lower high and a lower low. And if price were to go any lower than this low here, then that would mean it's in a downtrend. And look where it is now. So it's in a downtrend. Lots of other good stocks on the market you can make money on. Not that one. Tesla, that's a good one. Let's take a look at what's going on with that. Oh, well, we have the crash news today. So did that hold up? Not really. It corrected the stock. The stock was probably going to continue today to maybe 780 again. But it did correct the stock all the way down to about 692, where it quickly bounced, I believe, twice, if I remember right, and then came back to 715. And that just tells me that investors are not super worried about that crash. That's about all I could say about that. However, what I wanted to show you, let me get rid of these kind of Bollinger Bands that are on there. They're not Bollinger Bands, but what I want to show you is that Tesla recently went into an uptrend because it had been coming down, making lower lows and lower highs, which means downtrend. Everybody getting out little by little by little by little. The dumbest people last. And then, yep, I know that hurt. And then it made another lower high. But then back here, it made a higher low. Couldn't quite make the higher high there. And then, boom, came right out of the gate running. So now that right there, this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, makes an uptrend. And because it broke these pivots right here and this pivot, that's a confirmed bottom reversal. So bottom reversals happen at the ends of trends. So Tesla theoretically ought to be trending up now back into the 800s to test the all-time high and maybe reach 1,000 or even a little bit more. However, this recent crash news may put that on ice for who knows how long. Could be days, could be weeks, could be months. All right, Paul says early reports are the car was not in autopilot at the time of crash. All right. XRP looks like is that the right XRP chart? I'm not quite sure. I trust like the Coinbase one, but I guess maybe XRP isn't on Coinbase. Yeah. Anyway, XRP is good. It's definitely at a point in which you could buy some. And I would XRP, I would hold like even longer than Ethereum and Bitcoin, frankly. I think XRP is a really good long-term hold. Well, funds, you mean like ETFs? Well, I know that the SEC is going to be approving more Bitcoin and Ethereum funds moving forward, and that's only going to continue to add liquidity to their market caps. So prices are just going to keep going up, and I don't see Bitcoin disappearing. I don't see crypto disappearing. Do you? I see it getting more and more popular. In fact, it's gotten to the point with me, even my own mental flip is that like I'd almost rather be trading crypto than stocks. Like we take a look at crypto and there's like all these like amazing opportunities there, and then we roll back to like Apple, and I'm like, why would I be in Apple if I can be in fucking SafeMoon or something, right? Yeah. Imara and Riot positions needed. Oh, let's take a look at those. Oh, by the way, tomorrow morning we will be having the live trading, and then Wednesday all day live trading in our Discord. So make sure you click the link in my bio, everybody on TikTok, and come join my group. The link is right there in the bio, and you can enjoy live trading with me all day. So with Mara, you have this bottom end of the channel, but you also have top end expansion. So look, here's what I call the value line. That's just my term for it. The value line is sort of the minimum value of the stock that the price keeps coming back to, and it typically reveals the rising rate of return the kind of internal rate of return of the stock for those of you who study finance. But then we also have this like top line expansion going on right here, which didn't seem to expand further though after that. So it's actually kind of gone into price contraction. This is actually, if you look at it from a long-term perspective, it's kind of a topping pattern. It's like a very long sideways diamond, and those which could look like this. And a diamond pattern is a kind of top where price goes up, enters the diamond, and then goes down. So it looks kind of like a spaceship or a Sputnik or something. But anyway, in the future, possibly projected out to like all the way in like November or something, after Mara's gone up pretty, maybe gone up to 70 or 80 or even 90, that will be the end of it. I can't tell you if that's true, but I'm starting to see some stuff here on the chart that sometimes I don't always see. Now, what do I think of GME? We already just took a look at GME. I think it's just like, it's its own play. You can just day trade it. I wouldn't really do much with GME. SOS, terrible. Don't be an SOS. Absolutely terrible. Really shitty of them to make that offering right in the middle of getting investors, getting the public interested in them. Not total shit company. Probably it behaved like a crap company. Like a penny stock company, just going down to the ground. I mean, I could imagine this thing being under $1 within 2 months. No, definitely don't like SOS. But Mara and Riot, both awesome. Both awesome. Would you say Neo? Yeah, let's take a look at Neo, sure. Well, unfortunately, Neo is in a recent downtrend. It was making progress. See? With the higher highs, the higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Like if you just followed it there and you just ignored the rest of the chart, you could have something there. But unfortunately, no, it got derailed and broke down. And this was the point of derailment. I mean, anywhere around here, when price started to go back down, you could have known that it is not progressing anymore. And then it broke previous pivot low, which put it into a downtrend. And now it's in a flat bottom wedge, which looks like this, which is a sign of a breakdown coming soon. Breakdown imminent any day now in Neo. Average true range channel. Yes, I do use that. Do you see that on my chart? Yes, I do use that. For example, where could I give you a good example of that? Maybe on deer. Let's see. So with the average true range channel indicator, you can kind of get an idea of historically how high does a particular stock go, which standard deviation channel does it touch before, maximally. So that way, when you're getting into it on a low, like you can see here, deer often will pull back to the green first standard deviation channel below 0. So like entrance would have been here at 280 last time. And then it typically moves up and touches the third standard deviation channel before coming back down and providing another entrance opportunity. So you can use that knowing when to sell and when to buy. Right now, we're waiting for deer to come back a little bit more, actually not much more, for its next entrance. And by the way, that is what a stock should look like. That's, if you want to know what a stock should look like in order to get into it, that's what a stock should look like. It should not look like Apple, like that, all sideways-ish. That is what you're looking for when you're looking for a good stock. Or Ethan Allen Interiors is another one. Where's the stock on that? There we go. Oh, just a straight up trend. Nothing runs like a deer. That's right. S&P 500. Yep, I already did give my analysis. I think, we'd love to see it go down more all week. Comedics, yeah, we just did the CCIV analysis. Clove, maybe it goes through the roof from here. Very hard to say. I've got some. Tilray, Tilray's unfortunately also in a downtrend. I think the whole wheat sector is probably doing that. I mean, I don't know if it's going to find support down there, but it looks as if it's going to keep going down. I think that probably will provide a good entrance at one point, but if you expected the skyrocketing to continue, you're dreaming. I think that all good things must come to an end, and then you got to take your money and put it on something else. Don't get it stuck. Don't get your money stuck. Take it out, put it on something else that's moving fast, some other good opportunity. Don't worry about taking your money off because you may have lost money or you're gonna have to take a loss on it. That really doesn't matter, does it? All you got to do is that money is there, it's yours. You just got to move it over to something else that's going to be taken off, and then let it take off. Now you can have your losing money be in something else that's making money. Don't wait 8 months, 2 years for your money to get back to where it was when you could have been making tons of money with it in the meantime. Go put it on something else. Get out of these positions that don't look good. Oh, you meant the position. Oh, okay. Well, I gave a good little lesson on how to use the average true range channel indicator. Attricure. Well, it seems to be on a recent run, and it did really well today. But what I don't like about it, what I don't like about it, are these really wide bands that are next to each other. Every candlestick, very wide. It's not making measured progress. It's making bullshit progress, right? And then overall, okay, yeah, if you just kind of ignore that and kind of look with blurry eyes, it looks like it's going up, but it's going to give you a lot of heartache every day, and it's only been making a little bit of progress. In other words, it takes 9 steps forward, it takes 10 steps forward, and then 9 steps back, and then 10 steps forward, and then 9 steps back. Does all that just so it can make $1 or $2 of progress. That's gonna kill you. I mean, just take a look at deer again. That one makes nice, pure, measured progress. FSR, Fisker, yeah, let's take a look at that. Woo, boy, is that on a mad downturn. Terrible, terrible. So that's just going to keep going. I mean, there's no reason to hold on. Why would you? I mean, for another day, you want another day of that bullshit? Fuck that. Get the fuck out of there. Unless you're getting puts and you want to know how long is that going to end. I don't know. You just, get your puts and make money, man. Maybe it stops at 9. Who knows? But one thing's for sure is at what day were you going to stop being in this stock? Make sure you get out. Get out. That's no good. KR. Kroger. Okay, so Kroger's a consumer staple type of store. So Kroger's gonna be something worthwhile during a stagflation, right after a deflationary period like the crash we just had. And then during reflation, they can do okay, yeah, because of inflation and rising prices. But once we reach the top of this economic reflation, 2.25% would be the target for your 10-year yields for the top of the reflation. That's when you want to probably not be in these kind of consumer discretionary type plays. Plug Power. So that's going to be similar to, everybody. It's just like downtrend, continued downtrend, not looking good. Get out, and it doesn't look good. Prospect not looking good. You're welcome. SNX. Let's see. Oh my God, that looks fantastic. Now we're talking. Somebody bring me a good stock for a change. SNX. Who brought me that? Who was that? Palmer, dude. Way to go. High five. SNX, just like our next favorite stock, probably. We're going to have to wait for that puppy to be back at the bottom end of a channel. Looks like it's going to be a while for us to wait because that thing's just going through the roof. I think we did just look at FRX. Well, we looked at FRS. I know that. FRX. Oh, Forest Road. Oh, that does not look good. It's all the way back down below 10. That's a SPAC that didn't work out. That reminds me, what about FedEx? Nope, sideways. And Freeport McMoran. What is that one? Freeport McMoran. FCX. There we go. Okay, that's a lot of topping action. Not so good on that. JJC Copper, not too great. IWD, by the way, doing outstanding. IWD, that's the Russell 1000 value. Snapchat. Somebody wants Snapchat. Nope, sideways, going sideways. I don't know if you can see that, but like this is a daily chart. So sideways is when the price gets stuck in a range. It's not progressing in a particular direction. It's going up and down and up and down the range. It could just go like this for a long time. So that's sideways. It means your money's not making you any money. It's not a good place to put something. It's been doing that since December. Snapchat sideways since December. How about Pinterest? Let's take a look at Pinterest. Because I know Pinterest has a couple of interesting days. Nope, same thing. Pinterest sideways. STMX, somebody says. Nope, that's not coming up. Must have mistyped it. PENN. That's not too good. It basically looks like it broke trend. You had either a channel going on, right here like this, or you had an uptrend, which was doing this. And unfortunately, it just recently broke down on that uptrend and is now going down. So I don't know, things are getting not so good on Penn. What are some of the other ones? DraftKings. DraftKings looks almost identical right now. Lately, sentiment on that sector seems to be exactly the same. Sherman-Williams, is that SHW? Yes. Sherman-Williams has been on a run lately. You know what I find funny is you have like home numbers going up, like as far as construction and all that, right? And so everyone thinks, oh wow, man, I got to get into Home Depot then and Lowe's. What fucking like construction companies go to Home Depot? That's what I want to know. Who are the stupid retail investors thinking that if you want to invest in construction demand going up, that it's going to be Home Depot? Dude, people go to Home Depot to buy a fucking screw. No, man, they're ordering from Canada on the trains, man. It's like that is some just dumbass thinking. But of course, people are working on their homes. Fine, sure. I'm sure Home Depot's going up because of that. But here, let's take a look at Home Depot. Oh my God, what a ridiculous run it's been on. But you want to see another ridiculous run? Look at lumber. Let's take a look at lumber. Would be lumber futures. Yeah, lumber. Boy, that's been on an insane run. Well, all right, I'll eat my words because Home Depot has been on an insane run lately. But it's not. Trust me, it's not because construction contractors are buying from Home Depot. I mean, the expansion right now in America that's going on in real estate is in new construction. Like there's a home shortage right now. So what do you think they're doing? Like, they're not going to Home Depot to put up a few pieces of plywood. They're ordering on the trade. They're building master plan communities by the thousands of homes. They're not going to Home Depot to get a truckload. Oh God. Anyway, next, CNTY, Century Casinos Management. Oh, well, this one seems to be doing better than DraftKings and Penn. Yeah, I like the way that's going, but it is reaching a bit of a trouble zone at top right now. But I think it's going to keep going up. Frankly, I think now is a good time to buy. Get in at like 1060. Maybe it goes up to 14 or 15 in the next couple weeks or a month from now. Somebody had a really interesting one. Oh no, that made me think of Caesars. Let's see how they're doing. Caesar, almost looking exactly the same. I wouldn't be surprised if those companies were somehow linked. They're very, not just by sector, but like actually have some partnership or something because they're very, very similar pivot points in the patterns. Yep, we already checked out FSLR. I mean FSR. We already checked out Bitcoin. Okay, I'll check out AT&T. AT&T is sideways, as utilities can be during stagflation in the economy. So AT&T is just probably the worst of the bunch in the I don't know if they consider themselves communications anymore. They do so much. They've changed sectors over the what is it, Century. They've changed sectors of the Century. What about Verizon? Wow. Same, just really sideways for a long time. Not interesting. Airbnb. Yeah, let's check in on Airbnb, man. I swear to God, that should have been Airb. I really don't think the symbol for Airbnb should have been ABNB. It should have been Airb. Whatever. That's my own personal pet peeve on that. ABNB. Everybody on TikTok, by the way, don't forget to follow me. And I appreciate you tuning in tonight. And click the link in my bio. Come join my Discord. We do live trading every day. Airbnb is in a flat top bottom wedge. That's not good. Well, if you count the little peaks there, you might think it's in a wedge, but really it's doing this. It's doing that. So it's probably going to come down. But, as all IPOs should, they need to come down in price before they really find their real valuation. Oh, we did not talk about Futu. Yeah, Futu was freaking insane today. So we got into Futu, but however, there was a shelf offering. But was that before the close of the bell, or was that after the closing of the bell? Does anybody know? Let me take a look on the 30-minute chart if we went down in after hours. We went down a little bit in after hours. I still think that's an absolutely great thing that happened on Futu today, and we definitely all got calls on Futu. That was pretty awesome. Over the next month, I think it's going to break all-time high and then continue. We shall see. I like it. I like what happened. Fubo. Somebody said Futu reminds me of Fubo. Can we take a look at Fubo? And I just can't believe it. With all the partnerships and all the news announcements going on, Fubo is in a downtrend. It just cannot perform. I don't know why that is. You might like Fubo. I'd like to like Fubo, but for whatever reason, everyone else doesn't. So they say if you don't know who the sucker in the room is, you are the sucker. So if you think Fubo is a good stock, unfortunately, you're the sucker in the room. DNN. Well, it's going sideways. I've heard good things about it, but it's going sideways lately. It's not going down, so it's got that going for it. It's in a sideways channel. It's had these, really nice runs. So maybe it's about to take off eventually again. I really can't tell. That's a very mysterious ticker right there. Domino's Pizza. Somebody said, did you say Domino's Pizza or DNN? Domino's. What is Domino's Pizza? It's Domino's Pizza. Oh, I'll just type it. It has a funny stock ticker. DPZ. That's it. DPZ. Domino's Pizza. I guess Pizza. Domino's Pizza. I mean, can you see how it formed this rounding pattern? Over all that time, right? And it came down, and then now it's bounced out, to 400. It's Domino's Pizza. I mean, how much more can they reinvent the wheel? I mean, they have been. That's what's been great about them. But how much more can they? I'm saying. So we shall see if it can even go to 450 from 400 in the next year. LSI, TV, So TV announced partnership. They're with Televisa announcing a partnership with I forget which it was the other one of those other Spanish channels. It sounded like a really good deal, and it seems like investors are thinking the same thing. It continues to keep going up. I actually sold my TV stake today to make room for SPY puts. So, but Univision, that's right. But you could definitely stay in TV. It looks really good. I like the idea. Adam says, we're finally in the green on TV. Don't sell, Evan. Well, I did because I wanted more puts, more. SME. See how that you got that bar coding going on? That's what we call that, bar coding. Those are the penny. That's a penny or a half a penny or whatever between each price movement, and that signifies that you're way too low a volume. So no fun there. That's not a very good investment. Stay away from that. TerraSend. What's the ticker on that? Lithium Auto. That's a good one. Let's check that out. Oh, unfortunately, Lithium Auto also in a pretty massive downtrend. Boy, it sure was hot a couple months ago, but that's it. He who changes fastest and he who adapts fastest wins. So if you still think that's good, you're on the slow boat. That was, anyway. Nicola. Check out Nicola. Oh, my goodness. All the way down to the ground. All the way back to 10. I wonder what you wanted me to take a look at Nicola for. Like, what on earth is there to see there? No value left, like zero value. Like, if you didn't think SPACs could go below 10, well, after they list and then have a problem like they just had, they sure can. Coin. Oh, that's a good one. Coin, recent IPO. What's up with Coin? Looks like it just keeps consolidating, wants to settle in at about $333. Outside of that, what I can tell you is that most IPOs, the majority of them, go down for the first 3 to 6 months. So don't get into Coin thinking, that it's going to go up from here. You want to wait it out. Let it find its bottom, and then you can get in. That could be in a month or 2 or 3. Let it find its bottom. Somebody says job. No, it's in a recent downtrend and not a very good looking stock at that, and very low volume. Oh gosh, it looks like it. I didn't even notice this little candles down here at the bottom. Yeah, I don't know which one me to take a look at that. Are you the CEO or something? Like, there's nothing good I can say about that company. I'm sorry. ANKR, I think we looked at it already. No, it's just there's no ticker for that. AMBO. No, that was an interesting trade today, though. That was an interesting day trade. Riot. We looked at Mara earlier. Riot also doing fine. Is holding. Man, that looks like another one we looked at earlier. Was that Campbell? So we had another stock that looked just like that. Roblox. So we had a recent U breakout on Roblox. Let's see if I can draw that. I'm gonna have to very carefully draw a U. We had the U breakout of that level right there, at which point we got calls for it to potentially go up. And it did put in higher lows every day since then, except for today when it fell off a cliff wall and we all cut our position in it. So that could still be an uptrend. It could still eventually do this. We'll see. We it's just too young. We still need to watch it grow and see where it's going to go. CCL, that's a good one. Over Carnival Cruise Lines, over in travel. How's travel doing? Not too good. Not CCL anyway. I mean, since the crash, you basically have a rate of return of about that. Hey, thank you very much for the rewards, guys. Strabzy, definitely showing the love. Thank you very much. But do you see that? See how the kind of natural rate of return of CCL is that? Well, if you think about it, that's $13 to $26, so maybe double your money in about a year. So that's pretty okay, but I still think it's a pretty slow recovery. At this rate, it's going to be another year before CCL is worth even where it was pre-crash. Zomedica looks terrible, also in a recent downtrend. I mean, this is just such a typical hype dump, They got you. They trapped your money. They had, they hyped it up all the way up to there, and then kept you in for possible another run. Woohoo! Right? Oh, this thing's gonna go through the roof, and then unfortunately, no, it's coming back. Well, maybe it's not too bad. Maybe it'll go again. No, broke down, and now it's going down, and it's just like all the rest of them, just like everything else, like 20 other tickers that we took a look at. It's going down to nothing, nothing land, nothing going on there. Sundial coming back up. Let's take a look. So yeah, it had a good day today, but it didn't reverse any previous pivot points, so that's unfortunate. We'll need to see it get up and over like 1.25 before it actually is quite bullish again. So you could get a little bit in now on that hope, and then if it starts making progress, you could start to get in on the low end of that progress on the pullbacks down here and start building up a position. This is something that you'd have to work on for the entire month of April, for the rest of April and going into May. And then if it were to break out of that 1.25, it might run and test the previous highs. That's about all you could count on. So you would then maybe sell half your position right there and see what happens from there. I don't know. I mean, maybe it does well, but it doesn't look like it. It's in a downtrend. Why do you think it's in a downtrend? It's been in a downtrend for 2.5 months now. Why? Go research it. There's a reason why. Something about it sucks. CCIV, we already did look at that. SYN, was that Synchrony Financial? No, Synthetic Biologics. Looks to be in a bit of a downtrend, if not a flat bottom wedge. So those usually go like this. And that's your wedge formed inside of there that it can't seem to get out of. And pretty soon it's probably going to go to the downside. Flat bottom wedge. Did I say top? Bottom. Frequency. Oh. Frequency therapeutics. Unfortunately, it looks like it's broken trend lately. I mean, even if you were just a simple trend line drawing type of trader, you could see that it did break trend right here. Okay, like that alone, should tell you, damn, right? But also, if you're a little bit more sophisticated, you can see that it's actually forming a downtrend, and it's 4-point confirmed at this point. So it's going to do something like that. Okay, cool. What else? TYME. We're just like blowing through charts here. Let's check them out. TYME Technologies. That unfortunately, similar problem from before. It's now on the downtrend side of things ever since it broke this price right here. So, that's the point in which to short it, was going up, making higher highs, making higher lows, and then it couldn't sustain it, and it's now flipped. And now support has become resistance, and it's going to keep going and going and going and going down. Not looking good. But it's not like, there's a lot of good companies on the market. There's not. So you just get used to that. Not every company is a great company. Be ready to just drop that baggage and move on to the next thing. D-Dog, Datadog. Datadog's been topping and sideways for a long time. The last time Datadog was a good stock was maybe, you could say, late September. But since then, it's definitely decided not to go anywhere and just been ranging. So your money, therefore, is stuck. It doesn't go anywhere. It's not giving you any return. So the next time you get into the profit zone on that, I highly recommend you get out of Datadog because it's not performing, and you go put it on something that is performing, like Deere, DE. Look at that baby run. Wow. You guys, can you imagine Deere at the low 1 year ago was at 100, basically 100. It's now touching 392. Wow. Good Lord. That's 400% return in 1 year. Kodak, you want me to look at Kodak? That'd be interesting. What is Kodak symbol again? KODK. All right, Kodak's just bouncing and bouncing and bouncing off the lows. Yeah, nothing to see there. Palantir. People still believe in Palantir. Unfortunately, it's in a downtrend, and it probably will not be a good buy until around 10, between 10 and 7. I know you're thinking like, what? But they're artificial. No, no, and it broke the trend right here, okay, and it flipped sides, so now it's in a downtrend. So if I saw, it's going down from here. Flat bottom breakout imminent. Get some puts. Learn how to trade stocks, damn it. TRX, Tanzanian Gold Corporation. I mean, we're really pulling some really interesting stocks out of our ass here. This one, yeah, no, nothing good going on there. SRNE, Sorrento Therapeutics. Boy, that's just a stock that has put a lot of traders through a lot of pain this year. Basically, sideways. You know, if you look at the bottom edge like that, the appreciation rate on it, basically sideways, but you have these pops. So why not get in whenever it's really low, like it is right now? Why not get in? Just make sure you sell when it gets up near the top, somewhere around 15. You can get in now at 7, and maybe it'll go all the way up to 15. Sound like a bus going by right. Yeah, we looked at Futu. LTHM. LTHM, does it have something to do with lithium? Anyway, it also is struggling and on its way down. We looked at Doge. Did we not look at Doge? I mean, what is there to look at? That's like incredible. It looks good. Okay, you know, it looks good. That's crypto, you know. Appreciating low end. It's funny. I just glanced over to the YouTube to see if I had missed anybody's stock picks over there. And you know what they are? Kodak, Futu. I mean, it's Sundial. It's everything we've already been looking at. Yeah, SafeMoon is looking really cool. I don't know if it'll show me that on TradingView. I don't think TradingView has SafeMoon. Maybe it does. Let's see. No, Uniswap SafeMoon wrapper. No. It can't even display it. There's too many zeros. But SafeMoon is awesome. I am up like an obscene amount in that. Obscene amount. XRP, yeah, we already looked at it. Airbnb, we already looked at it. FLGT. Flu Genetics, not looking too good. It broke down recently. And is going sideways, but it does look to be, unfortunately, a flat bottom wedge also on it. So we could be looking at a breakdown to next to the 70s, and then a month from now, maybe even more, maybe 50 or 40, unfortunately. CLNE, we traded that today. That crapped out after it jumped up. Clean energy, yes. It's not too interested in that one. It doesn't look too good. It could in fact do crap out coming soon. Also a flat bottom wedge, if I had to look at it like that. So that's unfortunate. Hard to believe, but true. True, because the chart doesn't lie. The chart doesn't put in prices that weren't traded. Only your mind does. Right? Etsy at a diamond top. All right, so that's bad. Remember I talked about that earlier. Diamond tops are tops. Oh, they're called diamond tops. So see here, price doing this. We're almost at the end of the diamond top, after which time price is going to fall back down. That's a probability, right? It doesn't mean it's a a certainty, okay? But that is a high probability. That's what those patterns usually indicate. They trap a lot of psychology in them, these patterns, and they usually do come true. Yeah, we did Tesla. Stitch Fix, what's the symbol? S Fix, right? I think, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, S Fix not doing too great. I used to use that company, you know. I used to have those Stitch Fix things sent to me and stuff. And yeah, after a while, you know, just wasn't hitting the nail on the head for me. And I felt like I was overpaying for something that wasn't perfectly, you know, great. Good products, but I also started to get the feeling that they kept peddling to me similar products after a while. So it felt like it was more of a partnership exploitation thing, and I was being exploited. And I think probably other users feel the same way. So I don't know if Stitch Fix really has a very good future. Maybe somebody will buy them out. Tron not coming up. CKPT. Is that Kentucky Fried Chicken? No, that's Checkpoint Therapeutics. Okay. See how it has that lower rising line going on? Does anybody notice that? Anybody else see this before I draw it? Let's see if you can see it. See if you can visualize it. I call that the value line. It's the rate of return that this company is giving. Okay, so they're increasing their, you know, revenue, they're increasing their profits at that particular rate of return. But then stuck inside of that rate of return are moments of extreme hype. Oh my God, and the price goes way up, and then it comes back down to that value level, right? You want to be buying at the value line, and you want to be selling on this top hype line, like the hype line. Buying on the value line, selling on the hype line on stocks like that. Nova. Yes, we could look at Nova. So unfortunately, this one is buckled over as well. We got a lot of those tonight. Pretty much right around here. It has buckled over and died, and is now not doing too good. We'll see how that goes in the future. What do they do? A solar energy or something? Well, you know, I wish them the best, but it looks like it's a downtrend from here. Somebody asked for Solo. No, doesn't look very good. It's broken that it's basically, these are hype spikes. See how there's really no trend going on? There's no actual internal rate of return. Look, there's not an angle going on down there. You see what I mean? Like I showed you on the other stocks. There's only this stair stepping, which is just luck. This is just hype. This is a pump and dump. So you can see that by the chart, and it plateaus, and then that's it. It couldn't hype it enough any further than that. There's not enough money on the marketing team behind the pump to make it go any further. So that's it. It's over. That was it. 13's the top price on that. And then it's breaking down from there, as it should. It's just nothing going on there. The company doesn't do well at all, apparently. I mean, you can see that in the charts. Let's see. Yeah, we already looked at ANKR so many times tonight. NVIDIA, there we go. NVIDIA, it has been topping out, but has recently popped out. Kind of reminds me of like Facebook with that recent pop, you know, run from the bottom up to the top. Like, let's take a look at Facebook. So what does that mean? It means potentially the stock is a good buy. It could be going up from here. However, you might want to get it on the pullback to the bounce off of the high. Well, that's where it is right now. So let's take a look at Facebook. See, very similar. See, pulled Facebook right up, very similar. Had topping action for about 8 months. Just couldn't get anywhere. Sideways, waste of money for you to be in it at that time. Ran up to the top channel and then broke out. When is the time to buy? After it comes back and bounces off the top end of the channel. Now is the time to buy Facebook. And if it breaks down back into this channel here, you sell and get out at a loss, a small loss. The reward, the potential gain that you could get on this, if it goes up off of this bounce right now, really big. Like we're talking, 50 points. The potential loss that you could experience if it breaks channel, that's up to you when you sell. But, you know, $5, $10. So $50 on the upside, $5 on the downside. That's That's a 10 to 1. That's a really good bet. You want to take that. Like, even if there's a 50% probability of that, 10 to 1, that's very good. TMO, Thermo Fisher Scientific, going through that similar topping period that you just saw on Facebook. It took Facebook 8 months just to barely crawl out, and it's not even really confirmed that it's going to blast off. But the Thermo Fisher is going through that right now. Why be in it if it's going to do that? It's just a waste of money. Your money's just going to go sideways, and you're asking about getting in right in the middle of the middle. So you're going to have no price appreciation. It's just up and down probability percentages are equal. Not a good time to get in. Not a good time to hold that. Like, put your money somewhere else. Do you guys get that? You know what I mean? Like, I really want to hammer it into you guys. Why be in something that's just not doing anything when you can just take that money and put it into something that's doing something? Like, what a difference. That's going to be much better for you. When you start to see that you have a stock that's not doing anything for you, and let's say you're in it, like, I really want to try to impress on you guys, get out and go put it in something else that is going up and let that go up and appreciate your money. Gush is the same thing as oil. I mean, Gush is just a leveraged oil ETF. It's the daily 2x on oil, and it is a depreciating asset as well because it has contango. What you want to look at is like oil futures. Let's see, oil, crude oil. Oh, what did I do? I'm just pulling up strategies. Oil. There we go. I mean, if you want to play oil, you can use USO is one that you can get into. Crude oil. Here we go. So crude oil is currently $63.70 a barrel. And pop quiz. Here we go. For those of you who've already answered this, you already know what I'm going to ask. But how many gallons of gasoline, without looking it up, guys, just take a guess. Think about it. For a barrel of oil, how many gallons of gasoline do you think you can get, out of a barrel of oil, right? A milk bottle is a gallon, right? So how many gallons of unleaded, gasoline do you think you can get out of a barrel of oil? So if oil is $63.70, then we divide it by the number of gallons you can get out of it, plus some taxes and fees and whatnot. We should pretty much arrive at what the price of oil is going to be in about, price of gas per gallon is going to be in about 3 weeks. So Matthew, you already know. Somebody said about 3 gallons, obviously. Somebody said 99, 90, 55, 60. Yeah, these are good guesses. I like these guesses. 55, 29. I like the fact that they're pretty high. They're too high, unfortunately. And Matthew is correct that he must have looked it up because it's 21 and he said 21 and no one could ridiculously pick that number out of midair. So it is 21. So $63 and now the price is 68 cents divided by 21 is $3.03 a gallon. So gas is very expensive right now. So this summer gas is going to be pretty expensive. The cheapest you can get, it's going to be $3.03 a gallon. Plus fees and transportation costs, all that kind of charges that are going to be included in that. I said it a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. Well, good memory. All right. Anyway, they do say that the price of oil should be about $68, $65, $62 in the mid 60s a barrel. So right now we're pretty much probably topping out on oil. So if you thought there was a play on oil, there you go. LNG, Cheniere Energy, that looks really nice. That company just keeps trending up and up and up. And I don't see why you can't expect it to continue to do so until it doesn't. You can go with that thesis. Looks good. Uber topping out significantly, just like we saw on Facebook. Although Facebook has come out of that, you have that whole topping pattern going on Uber too. It's a waste of time, a waste of money, a waste of time, money, value of your money to be in Uber right now. until it can get out of this ranging pattern. It's just sideways. Nothing worthwhile there, unless you're going for like a 5-year investment or something, which is like, why do that though? Why do you keep saying so? What do you recommend? I have no idea, even what you're talking about. Could you explain how to options trade? Yes, but I'm not going to do that right now because it is a long session to explain how to options trade. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes to explain options at the money, out of the money, and in the money, plus delta, gamma, theta, and then probably another 20 minutes to explain why we choose durations that we choose. So you're talking about a 2-hour explanation. Instead, I have a collection of videos from these classes that I'm teaching right now. Like, this class is being recorded, and I'll often cut up the best little segments and I throw them into a collection of videos. If you like access to that, I'll put the link right here. Otherwise, click the link in my bio or something. Get to my Linktree, Linktree/chart trader. Here, I'll put that now in a comment. There you go. And go ahead and click the link in my description or my bio or wherever you happen to be looking or tuning in tonight to come join the Discord. We do live day trading every day, and we have other analysts who have all different kinds of styles of trade alerts that you can follow. Somebody wants to take a look at space. Yeah, that's worthwhile taking a look at. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like it's in a downtrend ever since the CEO has sold $130 million in shares. SPY correction, yes, SPY correction is here. We do believe that the evening star pattern, yes, that kind of voodoo does work. The evening star pattern doji right at the top here, the indecision candle, does indicate that possibly that was the end of the run, and we will now reverse down. It still might be tricky, but hold on to your seats. Yeah, Palantir is the same as space. BNGO, Bionanogenomics. Yeah, unfortunately, it is broken trend or hype or whatever you want to call it, and it is now in a downfall as well. No hope of going up. Yeah, we've done Doge many times. Doge. There it is. Doge. It's called going up. Get used to it. BTU, Peabody Energy. Also, that same kind of chart that I was showing you earlier, where if you were to draw a value line across the bottom, it could become a trend line that unfortunately recently was broken. And so now Peabody's struggling. No, I didn't say yes on Palantir puts. What I said was that Palantir is in a downtrend. I wouldn't necessarily, I don't know if I would trade that from there on puts. Where it might be good to get puts is along the top of the flat bottom wedge. So here, like you missed the opportunity like 5 days ago, and here, like basically when it's way up, and you're like thinking, my God, why would I ever get puts here? That's when you get puts, because you're thinking ahead to that this thing might break down. So this thing, when it comes back up to like 24, that's when you get some puts. The least likely time to get things is usually the best time to get them. So long as, your thesis for that direction is a valid thesis. And so then it might break down like that. Yeah. Then you can maybe get some Palantir puts like that. Oh man, GNW for a long hold. Okay, let's see. We're not typing because I'm still. There we go. No, I think if you're in GNW, you're going to be in a long hold. So why get in a long hold for a long hold. Fuck that. No. Get in, like, look at deer. Why would you choose that instead of this? Look at that. I mean, right? I mean, can I just talk you into just understanding the difference there, Palmer? I mean, you brought me that other one, SNX, was it? It was so good. Like, that's good. YBN Look, what is that? It's a sideways for actually like 3 years now. Forget that. Forget that. Skills. Where would be an entry point on skills? Never. That thing's in a terrible downtrend. Look at that. You need to start learning how to read trends because this was so obvious. This was so obvious. I mean, look, when something goes up, it goes like this. And has it been doing that? Yeah, it has been. Yeah, it has been. Has it even been doing better than that? Yeah, it has been. Did it start to do worse than that? Fuck. Yeah, it has been. Oh, shit. It's really gotten bad. Like, why would you want to buy that? Don't buy that. Wouldn't you rather buy something doing this over here so you can get this? You don't know if this is going to go up. Like, is that what you're trying to do? You don't know that. Here, you do know that. Here at number 1, you do know it because it's in an uptrend. It's creating higher highs, higher lows, and it's progressing and progressing and progressing and progressing and progressing and progressing. So, here you don't got any of that. You have nothing, no confirmation of that. In fact, you have confirmation of the opposite. Counter trend trading, it may be something that sounds cool, but you shouldn't even try counter trend trading until you've mastered trend trading. And you clearly have not mastered trend trading because there's no reason at all to be getting into skills. So, I just mean that to be motivating. Like, learn trends. What are trends? How do they form? Learn chart reading, how to read trends, and then start to master trend trading. That's where you're going to have to make your money first. And the counter trend trading, that's very advanced stuff. That's, way up beyond the advanced end of trend trading. It's dangerous. You will lose money very easily if you're wrong. All right, FMC. Yeah, we'll take a look at some of that stuff over there in a minute. Richard Hoffman. FMC, no, kind of topping out. What was that? XPEV? Yeah. Hey, man, how you doing? XPEV, no, unfortunately, same problem. And this is a hype. This is like one of those hype type of movements that we're seeing in these stocks. So that's a little bit funky price action. No, it's definitely going down. Definitely a downtrend. Workhorse, WKHS. That does not look good. I guess they lost their contract or something happened there. Outlook not good. Hasn't looked good for a long time. I wish it did because I tried to make money on Workhorse many times, but just won't happen. Yeah, we already looked at Fubo. We already looked at Neo. We already looked at DraftKings. Rig, sure, we can take a look at Rig. Rig, kind of topping and sideways lately, actually. Transocean. Walmart, that's a good one. Walmart had been trending and then topping, and then I guess has corrected now, and it's going to stay in this range. So it's been in these different ranges. This is the trending I was talking about. Didn't last long. Bit of wobble there on the pandemic crash. Walmart, of course, doing well. Hey, thank you very much for that. Thank you. Walmart, of course, doing very well because consumer staples. I mean, you need the basics in a pandemic, no matter what. BLSR. All right, we're going to take a look at BLSP. I mean, somebody really, 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 really wanted to look at BLSP. Nope, it's shit. I mean, they must have asked for BLSP so many times, and it's such a piece of shit stock that it pretty much equaled the piece of shit commenting that they did on the YouTube, which was like they posted it like 100 times. And then I finally fucking looked at it, and it equaled the piece of shit action that they were taking. All right, AMD. Next time, guys, try leave the spazoid behavior at home. That'd be nice. So AMD's been topping since like last year, July. I don't really see it, unfortunately, changing in that direction much. Didn't they also? No, that was Intel. Let's take a look at Intel. Peloton, yeah, we'll take a look at that too. Uh, wow, no, Intel, really, really all over the place too. Speaking of spazoids, Intel has been having a spazoid embolism since 2018. Boy, yeah, forget it. But what about Nvidia? Right, we looked at Nvidia. Nvidia doing pretty good through all of that. Nvidia seems to be winning whatever that is, whatever that competition is there. Yeah, we did look at Apple. We already did. Raven, no, I'm not seeing much opportunity there. Definitely topping out recently and putting in a diamond top. Peloton, I'd love to look at that. That's a head and shoulders pattern. Classic. Pretty classic. You see that? Neckline, shoulder, head, with like a scary lava monster at the top. And then probably something like this is going to form and then crash down to the bottom. AMD, yeah. Have you done plug it? Yeah, I did. Ford, nope, it's shit. Yep. Preston Jones, yes, sir. Which thing? Where is your comment? I can't find it, Preston. I'll be happy to look at it. I don't know which thing you want me to look at. Preston, have you done plug yet? Gotcha. Plug, yeah, we did plug. It's in a downtrend, but support looks decent. Find something that's already running and get that. That's my advice to you, Preston. Find something that's already running so you don't have to guess anymore. You know, find something that's already kind of going up, grab hold of it. It keeps going up, you make money. And you're like, oh, yeah, I got in because it was going up. Instead of trying to guess, like, hey, when is this thing going to bottom? Maybe it's going to, but that is definitely an advanced and great way to make money is to call bottoms. But it's very difficult, very, very difficult. Sunrun, run. Yeah, that's not in trend anymore. Also broken down and broken pivots. It's trying to hold. It's trying to hold, but I don't think it's going to make it. I think we're in the early stages of seeing it pre-flopping out. See, it was running. Was running, making higher high. This would have been fine if it kept going, but it didn't. And now it made a lower high there, and it has broken down and made a lower low there, and probably another lower high here. And I think we're in the pre-stages of seeing it going into one of those flat bottom wedges. Seems to be what all these stocks are doing before it breaks down. Just seems to be the pattern. Microsoft, yeah, let's take a look at Microsoft. Wow. Microsoft really, really outperforming the market the last 2 or 3 weeks. Outstanding. If you're in Microsoft, great, but do you notice how the momentum's starting to slow down? So pay attention to that. Take your profits. If you're wrong and it starts to continue to take off, get back in. Simple as that. If you're right, you've got your profits. It's so much simpler than you make it out to be, right? Yeah. But maybe you're looking for an entry on Microsoft. Forget that, man. You need that to pull back like a lot and struggle at a particular level and get in there like it did here. See, 233. If you believe it's going to like run and pop like that again. But there's probably something better out there that you can get in, like Deere. We're always going to come back to Deere. You're never going to hear me stop talking about Deere or Crocs. Remember Crocs? Tilray. We already looked at Tilray. That's right. Ethereum. All right. Ethereum futures. No, I want Ethereum, US dollar, Coinbase. That would be fine. Yeah, Ethereum looks great. I like buying and holding Ethereum along with Bitcoin. You can see that it's essentially near the bottom end of that value line where you can buy some, pick up some more Ethereum now. Now is a good time. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You buy some now. You add on some now. And then later, when the price reaches the top end of this channel, way up here, you sell some, not all, some. And then when it comes back down to the bottom end of the channel, somewhere over here, You buy some more, you add some more. It doesn't have to be about all in and all out. You can just be in, and you can add, and you can take a little off, and then you add, you can take a little off, and you can never be wrong when you do it that way. Adobe. Yes, let's take a look at Adobe. Adobe has been on one of those Facebook-like runs or Home Depot-like runs, but had been kind of topping and in somewhat of a downtrend for a long time. But it clearly has broken out of that. The next point to break out is going to be the all-time high. So you could be in it for that possible run when it tests it. You don't know if it's going to do this though. Flat top wedge before it breaks out, like later this year. So you could be in it for a long time, and your money might not really be going anywhere in that time. So that's what happens when you try to position yourself for a play that may be a breakout play. Is your money gets trapped for a long time, and you don't really want that to happen because you want your money to be giving you a return. You want your money to be working for you. So you want to put it on anything that's going great, much better, you know. Right now it's in a run though. Adobe is definitely in a run. So potentially, if you get in, it may indeed, your money may indeed appreciate very nicely. Oh, TRX USD. Wow, that's why. Okay. I don't like how much it pulled back all the way. Thank you very much, Strabs. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. I don't like how much it's pulled back to the previous retracement level there. Thanks. That's a sign that it's lacking progress, right? I mean, why pull back to the same point we were just at? And we made it here, we pulled back, we made it much farther, and then we're going to pull back to the same point. So that's why heads and shoulders patterns exist. This is the beginning, if you will, of a heads and shoulders pattern. Can you imagine that? There's the shoulder, there's the head, and now a future shoulder is probably coming into play. So you already can anticipate the problems going on here with this, and stay clear. How can you join the Zoom? Click on the link in my bio. It says that right there. Click on the link in my bio. And then go to the free chat room, and then click on the link there. It's like 5 above the most recent comment. Archibald had a comment, and Frankie had a comment, and Lenny had a comment. Viacom, you want me to take a look at Viacom, huh? After that, wow. All right, let's take a look. Like, whoa, what am I gonna say about Viacom? Holy cow! Whoa, look at that! Wow, looks like a diagram for the death of a CEO or something. It's like, woo, oh no! It didn't even bounce. It was dead cat plop. No, anyway, Viacom, I'm not seeing a play there other than, maybe you could buy a little bit every dollar it goes down in the hopes that maybe by next year it'll be back to halfway up, and that'll give you a decent return on your money. Possibly. You could probably do well with some option on there. Yeah, we already looked at Zomedica. American Airlines. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, boy, Alcoa, excuse me. Alcoa on a great run, mostly due to inflation, the rising costs of aluminum. CSIQ, presume that's a SPAC. Maybe I'm not right on that, but that also, unfortunately, recently failing. So it had a trend line like that, and it broke through that trend line, didn't find support, didn't continue the trend up like this, like it should have. Broke through and has been struggling to get back up, and it probably won't, and it's probably going to do that. So just move your money to something else, though, that makes money, that makes more money more easily. AFA, ATVI, yeah, we'll get to that. AFA, same problem. Alpha's problem's even worse because it looks like a pump and dump. It has that pump and dump pattern. It doesn't have an actual business rate of return that the stock is worth, like a value line. You guys seeing that? It just kind of like hits a level, then it gets pumped, and then it hits a level, then it gets pumped. So, that's a classic pump and dump pattern right there. So you're probably looking at it doing something like this and then breaking down. Right. So you guys start to be able to see that it doesn't, this stock didn't have a actual value, like a business return of value. It just has a bunch of hype. It's just a hype stock. Arlo, like the little camera maker thing, probably is what that is. Boy, yeah, they have that same quality. See, just like a big hype pump, and then and a level, and then a hype, and then a level. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything in Arlo, but everybody each their own. Somebody asked for something, and I can't remember what it was. ATVI, I think it was. Yeah, ATVI. Jesus Shuttlesworth really wants to see Nanometer. We will in a minute. Activision Blizzard, yeah, it's been doing great since the pandemic. Was 42, and now it's almost at 100. It's been pretty rocky. It's not the most consistent stock. If you look at that compared to Deere, it's very, very smooth compared to ATVI. Activision, kind of rocky. You see the difference? I mean, it goes through months where it doesn't even go up. Deere doesn't do that. Just keeps going. There's lots of stocks like Deere. I keep coming back to Deere, but only because it's nice and smooth. But there's lots of other stocks like Deere. You can find them. We already did Sundial, Alex. Not going back. You can watch the replay on YouTube. Let's see. Nanometer. No, that's not Nanometer. 9 meters biopharma. No, it doesn't look very good at all. It's filled with just hype spikes everywhere. Whew. Biotech is really hard to trade. Square. Here we go. Yeah, let's take a look at PayPal too. Yeah, we did, Alex. Went over it, I think maybe even twice. Square, been on a run. That run is over. Square, been on a run. That run is over. Sooner you come to grips with that, the sooner you can take your money, put it on something else, and make some more money. That's it. Simple as that. It doesn't have to be complicated. Turn on a dime, make more money. F-Cell, downtrend. EMR, looking pretty good. Emerson Electric, continuing to appreciate. Not entirely the smoothest ride, but not as bad as that other one we were just looking at a few minutes ago. I forgot which one it was, which was decent. But this one's better. Not quite a Deere, but pretty good. I do believe we maybe even were in this a couple weeks ago. Possibly got stopped out. Vootsix Corp. So see how it has that value line? Although it was started with a hype pop and pullback. So I don't fully believe in it, but this is what we're working with. As soon as price breaks that, it's over, with Vootsix. If this is a hype stock, then that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to pull down. How many times have we seen this chart tonight? It's the exact same chart, right? It breaks that line, it comes down, forms the wedge pattern, goes down to nothing. Right? Just like write it down. Like that's the pattern for the pump and dumps. Yeah, we already looked at DraftKings actually. Doge starts going up. Up is good. Definitely up. Doge good. Vootsix, yep. Can you do open? And I think we did CHPT, didn't we? Wasn't that ChargePoint? Maybe we didn't. But ChargePoint, very much like very hypey. Very hype. It doesn't have that I'm a good business and I am running and running. It's just all hype, and it's broken down unfortunately at 36 and in a downtrend. The other one was Open Door Technologies. That is that same chart. Look, let's draw it again, everybody. I wonder if there's anybody in here now who could actually draw it. I should probably give you guys the opportunity to do that. No, there's just too many people. But look, It's the same chart again. Do you guys see it? Who sees it? Just at least say yes if you see it. If you see it's the same damn pump and dump piece of trash coming down to nothing chart again. Here we go. We're breaking the value line right there. That's an arrow. And then we just can't do it. And we're going to do this for a while until we have nothing left. And then it's the end. Graveyard. Yep. I mean, you should really be able to spot that pattern now, you guys. You guys are going to be really good at this now. This is the daily chart. You know, these are the daily charts. You want to be looking at the daily charts to be able to get this kind of like a prognosis on your stocks. CRB, that went by so fast. CRBP, was it? I think he put, I don't know. It could have been that. Corvus Pharmaceuticals. You know, it's the same problem, except it's actually fully formed, right? You guys see that? Same problem, fully formed, already done and baked and ready to break down. We get the flat bottom, wedge right there, dead in the water. Gravestone coming soon. And you know why it keeps coming up so often is, and it's often in these pump and dumps, is because it's so easy to be an unprofitable company and a bad company. And that's what these are. I got to dump like 5 stocks tomorrow, says Lee. All right, way to go. Good job, Lee. Yes, and then take that money, take all those losses, no problemo, and you go put them on like something like Deere or something that's moving nice and smooth and consistent. Choose consistency. Just like that's like, you know, hey, if you get into Deere and the thing breaks down and that was the top of Deere, that was the highest we saw Deere in a long time, at least you had a fighting chance, you know? At least you had a fighting chance because the thing looks like it's just going to keep running another 100 points. And it may very well. What's that a chart of? That's very interesting. Oil's recovery, 1 year on. Interesting. Brent and crude. Baba. All right. There's a dying. Wasn't it Baba's dying? Yeah. Baba. All right. Can you see it now, guys? Can you see it on Baba now that I've kind of taught you? Because I've been trying to tell you guys this for a long time. On Baba, that Baba is no longer in an uptrend. It's no longer trending. This would have been the uptrend channel. And it had broken down just like we have seen on those other crappy stocks. Making lower lows and lower highs. And going into that wedge pattern, which is probably going to break down in a couple months. You know, it's lasting a little longer because it's Baba. Maybe it'll break down in August. Same thing. Yeah, it's been that way for months though. Yeah, I'm really glad you see it now and hopefully are able to identify that pattern because now you can get out on the early end of it instead of waiting for it to just keep melting on you and just keep melting. Safe Moon, yeah, doing awesome. I'm up like 700%. It's probably better now. Jets, sure. Let's take a look at Jets, all the airlines. So yeah, you know, Jets doing okay. Probably off the bottom. It's doing super great. From 11 or 12, it's now beyond 24. So it's now more than 100% return in 1 year. So, and it seems to be holding that rate of return. So if you want to invest in Jets, maybe it's going to keep going at that rate of return, which it seems to be locked in, holding in. That's a good rate of return. 100% on your money in 1 year. That's good. You know, you can put a little bit over there on Jets. Make some money. No dandruff there at the end. I don't know which one you were talking about. That's a funny comment though. Baba. Yeah, there's no dandruff, like little drop downs. There will be though. There will be. Oops, I was going to take a look at NE. That's the energy, I think, company. Nextera Energy. Yeah, I really like Nextera. However, it just buckled over recently. And what does that mean? The end of the trend, probably. It broke that trend line, was in trend, broke that trend line. You can see this in a daily chart, guys. This pattern shows up in the daily charts as well. You have that run for the first couple of rallies in the morning, and then you have the breakdown of that bottom line like that. and then the stock flips. From this point forward, it's now in a downtrend, and it just does this. You know, very interesting. Just comes up time and time again. SafeMoon is a rug pull. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you got to have, it's got billions of dollars in it now. You got to have a lot of people leave at the same time. So, yeah, it's a rug pull, but just don't be the last person holding the hot potato on that one, and you'll be fine. I don't recommend SafeMoon, but I'm in it. NOVN. Nope, doesn't look good. Same deal. I think you guys, I'm just going to do it real quick because you're probably like, ooh, I see it. This way I can just show it to you. As a matter of fact, I think we already did NOVN. And so there it is again, doing its thing. Probably going to wedge out and break down. It's always the same there on those terrible stocks. That's the best they can do. Fastly. Topping and not going anywhere, and a little bit breaking down. See, it's broken down a level, but topping and breaking down, ranging, not seeing the potential. You probably saw the potential here. You know what I mean? Like that's when you learned, like, wow, and then it continued all the way up to here, and you probably thought that was part of it being a wow company when actually it was starting to top out, crap out, and just start to range actually, and it had that huge gap down right there, and it's not a wow company anymore. It's just ranging. It's topped. That run is over. Those runs don't last forever. If they did, these companies could own the entire world. They could start an asteroid mining company. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Stocks do not run up forever. You got to learn when it's over so you can push your money onto something else, so you can make more money, because that's what you want. You want money. You want fast money. You know the show on CNBC, Fast Money? That's what it's about. It's where can you put your money that's the fastest to grow. Like let's say you're making 12% on something, 12% a year, right? Rate of return. Like, can you find something that's doing better than 12%? And you say, oh, yeah, I can find it. You don't wait until this comes back up to your entry or something. You take that money, you push it over to the other thing, and now it starts to go up faster. And if you find something else faster, you sell out of that other thing. Too bad for the other thing, and you go put it in the other thing. So it's that's what it is. It's a game of fast money. We already did Zoom. Irvin. Why make 100% in a year when you can make it in a week? Essentially, yeah. If you can find it. Sounds like crypto. We did take a look at Tesla. Yeah, GE. Let's take a look at GE. GE's on a decent run. We got into GE a couple weeks back. Definitely could have been good to get into GE earlier. GE is going up on the back of inflation. The industrials and materials are all appreciating on the back of inflation. Here's XLI, which represents all the industrials. So you can see that clearly. Like for instance, let's take a look at inflation, which is currently the 10-year. And you can see that the 10-year started inflating pretty much in August. And it is gotten to where it is now. It was 0.5%. And now it's it hit 1.7%. So it went up 300% in just, what is that? I don't know, like 8 months. 300% in 8 months. And what did that do to the industrials? Same thing. Before that, it was not doing that. But now, because the economy is reflating, all of that inflation is causing materials, so XLB, to go up. There's XLB. Industrials to go up, and XLF, financials, to go up, because they can lend out at higher rates, those rates that they locked in at lower rates, and pocket the difference. Fun being a bank, huh? All right. I think that's enough for tonight. Everybody, make sure you click the link in my bio, and make sure to follow me. Definitely a good session tonight. Thank you very much. And I'll see you in the morning. Let's day trade. Come join my group, and let's live day trade in the morning. Click the link in my bio to join my Discord. Have a great evening, everybody. You're welcome, Kumi. You're welcome, Tom. See you later, Lee. Don't forget to follow me. Thank you very much, everybody on TikTok. Thank you. See you in the morning. Derek, that was funny. Good night, everybody. Good night, Paul. Night, Elliot. Night, Adam. Palmer. Have a good one. See you in the morning. All right. Later, everybody. Is there a Discord and free? Yes, there is. Yes, Ralph. There is. Yeah, absolutely, man. Just come into the group there, and then ask your question to me or Elliot or Jake, any of the admins, or in the public area. Just go ahead and type your question. Happy to help you. I think there's even